Welcome, guys. The Guest Life Podcast, episode 72. I can't believe we're here. Thanks, Mom, for tuning in, as always. We're here on this Saturday morning. It's beautiful skies. The sun is shining. I'm here with my good friend and longtime confidant, Jez Hundert. Jez is here with Turkstra Lumber. He's an exterior products sales specialist at Turkstra and founder of the Movember in September golf tournament. For everybody tuning in, thank you so much. Without listeners like this, we wouldn't be able to tell stories like Jez's, which is going to be a fun one today. I've known Jez a very long time. If someone was to match my energy, his name would be Jez. Welcome.
Thank you. I like that. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Today, as we start off the podcast, Jez is probably one of the only people that has asked me more and more how he can make this podcast the best ever. Probably one of the best listeners we've got. Always supporting not only me, but all the people around him and the community. As he's wearing a shirt right now, we always do our mustache. I got my pin on here. Having a good time today.
Hi, Dan's mom.
So, as we start the podcast off, Jez, what was your first paid job?
Well, I was a model when I was a baby, but I didn't hustle for that one. Does caroling count? Christmas caroling?
Of course it does, yeah.
I did that very young.
Did you get any tips?
Oh, well, it wouldn't be a job if I didn't. And yeah, we'd go, as soon as it was considered winter, we'd just go knocking on doors, and I'm a horrible singer, but I don't know if they paid me to leave or paid for the good sound. But yeah, Christmas caroling, and then shoveling snow I did from a young age, cutting grass, did that, newspaper route, this all.
So we can say that you started from the bottom, and that's maybe where you got your voice.
Yeah. No, the voice hasn't got better.
I've talked to your partner, Allie, and she said that you're pretty good in the shower.
That's not singing.
So tell me a bit about yourself, man. How do you get started? What's the journey like? Obviously going through, all your accomplishments today, there's lots to talk about, but how did Jez get started after the Christmas caroling kind of wasn't cutting it cost-wise?
I did all sorts of jobs. I always had a feeling I'd be successful, just didn't know how to get there. I kind of left school early. I left school grade 9 because I had to pay rent. And so worked at Little Caesars. I was a tire guy. I delivered flowers. And then about 21 years ago, I got a job at Dryco, which is a gypsum delivery building supply company.
Yep. Whereabouts are they?
Burlington. Gone now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they went under after me.
No, that's not true.
And yeah, so back then it was, I think like $18.40 an hour. And I went from doing tires at $15 on the side of the highway. So that was a big step up.
Nice.
And
isn't it wild back in the day when you're getting those like $1-2 raises? I'll never forget. My boss skipped a buck. He went from 10 to 12. Or I think it might have went 10 to 11. And then a couple weeks later, he's like, you know what, I'm going to give you 12.
Yeah, and it's huge.
It's huge back then. I used to run home, tell my mom, you're never going to believe it. Like, I thought I was getting less. I'm getting more. And
who knew I'd be at $23 an hour now? It's wild. It's just mind blowing. So Dryco was like, I love that job. It was delivery helper and warehouse, and so I was forklift guy for a long time. And
how big were they?
They're big. They were big. They were one of the biggest in Ontario, in Canada actually at the time. Now, like nothing compared to now. You got big, heavy guys, and there's only a couple of them. And then I called my boss a clown because he fucking was, and I didn't have a job after that day.
Yep, sounds about right.
Back up a minute. I was in school to become a mortgage agent. I thought that was going to be my success.
Okay.
Then I called my boss a clown. he fired me. I lived at 341 Parkdale North. That was my first house in Hamilton. And Fairway Building Supply originally was like 4 doors down.
Okay.
So I walked in and I met one of the best humans I'll ever meet in my life, Mark Herschenroder.
How old were you this time?
25-ish.
Okay.
25-ish. And I pretty much kind of just said to him, I'm like, hey, I know how to do forklift stuff. I know how to deliver. I don't need training. I'm in school to become a mortgage agent. I just need a temporary job. And he hired me. And so I was making $18 an hour there. And within 3 months, I went home. I said to my wife at the time, I said, within 3 years, I'm going to be making $85,000. Like this, like I'm going to be making money. And I think I got 3 or 4 raises a year for the first couple of years. It was just like we just talked about before. Like I'm getting 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. And sure enough, in 3 years, I was at over $85,000. And yeah, a sales guy. Like I never sold anything before that. And I just kind of just started talking to people, not even selling, just kind of being there for people and by chance having the product that they need.
Yeah.
And that kind of
How'd you go from forklift to sales?
I didn't know much about the pricing, the cost. And I said to Mark, I said, if we put drywall on Kijiji at $11 a sheet, Home Depot was at $11.99 at the time. I said, would you make money? And like taxes in, he's like, oh, for 100%. So I put an ad on Kijiji, and Fairway had more Kijiji drywall orders than they did regular orders.
Come on.
Like it was nuts. And then that kind of told me I'm a bit of a sales guy, and it just kind of fell into place. And then I just started cold calling. I just started calling people, try to grow the business.
Yeah.
When I started at Fairway, it was a $3 million company. We had $14 million at COVID.
Yep.
And about $10 million last year. And then from there, Turkstra's my baby now. Turkstra's, I bleed blue.
You're always on the level, right?
Level up. Always on the level up. One of Canada's best managed companies, platinum. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you talk about sales, right, like I think that's one of those things for a lot of people going through their career transitions is like customer service. I'll never forget when I was at the gas station, how much that taught me about people's moods, different times of the day, different types of people in different settings at different times of the day. I'll never forget that guy that come in the morning, chipper as hell, ready to go, 7 a.m., smile on his face, and then that miserable woman right behind him.
Yeah, but he's the one you remember.
Exactly. Or you remember what not to do or what to do.
Yeah.
When you were going through the forklift and obviously doing deliveries, dealing with clients at that stage, just taking it back to, that core idea of sales, because when you talk about the Kijiji stuff, like that's creativity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I try to always be creative when it comes to selling. Everybody's selling the same product. So you got to figure out a way to do it, and it's either by adding other value, whether it be offering them more stuff than they're usually buying from that one place, or servicing the shit out of them. Yeah.
And so for anybody that doesn't know, Fairway Building Supply is where Jez was working for a number of years.
And then 15.
Yeah, 15 years. Wow. And then now working for Turkstra. What's the biggest difference in Turkstra? Obviously scale
Corporate.
is one thing, right? Corporate.
Yeah. So at Fairway, I was the visionary. So I made there was nobody to tell me no. Like there were owners, but like every decision I got to make. And at Turkstra, it's great, I think, but it's forms. There's forms for this. There's forms for that.
Yeah. Need approval.
Classes for this. So Turkstra's got Turkstra University. It's fucking amazing.
Wow.
But it's a lot. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I just want to go and sell, but it's part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and going to a big organization like that, I'll never forget as we built Guest and people talked about the corporate life. I think corporate is such a great word for anybody in business. It's structure, it's processes, it's procedures, it's support, it's growth, it's education. And when you get into an organization like that, you can really see how much effort gets put into before that was anything.
Yeah.
Someone created it. And I think when you see two different sides of business, that's where that, even sometimes it's challenging because it's a lot. Usually there's a reason for something.
Yeah. Well, when you have a company that big or any company, you want the same rules apply. Like there's the same procedures. And in order to do that, you kind of got to do it that way. Like there's a program called Sweet Process. So literally anything that could be done at Turkstra, whether it be stocking shelves, doing a sales order, ordering inventory, like you type it and it shows you step by step.
Come on.
That like anybody, if you search it, you can figure out how to get it done. So like the time behind that is just insane. And what it does, it makes sure everybody's doing it the same way.
Yeah. Consistency, because there's multiple locations, right? Multiple branches.
11 locations.
Wow. And where do you guys service to?
We're Niagara Falls, pretty much this side of the Skyway.
Okay.
That's the locations. We do service over the Skyway. I love Burlington, Oakville customers. So we got Niagara Falls, Simcoe, Brantford, Cambridge, Hamilton, Stoney Creek, and a couple more.
Yeah.
Still learning.
Yeah, wow. It must be wild. I always said, talking to our team and talking about how we've built the multiple locations and being able to do it, there's something to be said about if someone needs something that I'm able to facilitate with our team. I can get a plumber, an HVAC technician, a manager to Barrie, Simcoe, London, Toronto within the day.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about that, especially when you're talking about sales and confidence. I think it's pretty special to be able to, provide customers that kind of service.
Yeah, I'm hoping we often are in Muskoka. Like I think that's got to be one of Turkstra's next moves.
Wow.
Is Turkstra Muskoka.
Turkstra on the lake, so not on the level.
Turkstra on the bay. There's opportunity everywhere. So you got to follow it. And some are right decisions, some are wrong, but you got to try them.
That's fantastic. So as you went through your career, obviously, you're wearing the shirt. I'm wearing the pin. Movember and September. I know for everybody watching, you've probably seen us together with our dirty mustaches. Jez maybe a little bit fuller, maybe a little bit thicker than mine. But tell us a little bit about that, man.
It's my baby.
I see your face light up.
It's my baby. I love it. Very, very proud of it. I lost my best friend to suicide. Rob Anderson, like unbelievable human.
When was that, Jez?
I hate that. That's probably 6 years now.
Yeah. Wow.
And you always hear the word mental health. You always hear. Fortunately, I don't have it. Like I don't get stressed out. I don't get anxiety. You hear it. It was just hard for me to understand. And then going through that and then looking up on it, like mental health is a real thing. It's sad. It's fucked up. Like it's unbelievable how many people, how many men, like women too, but my focus is men, what they're going through. Like it's hard to be a human. It's hard to be a man, like especially if you're struggling or you. Like they say, guys don't want to ask for help. It's true. They don't. Like it's tough to ask for help. Even me, like I'll be working on my house and I'm a fucking horrible contractor, but it's tough for me to reach out. It's like I try to have favors. Like I try to do something first. So that it's like So I don't know somebody, but it even for me, it's tough to ask. I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
So I realized mental health's the thing. Men's mental health's the thing. I don't know how to fix it, but I know how to have fun. I know a lot of incredible, successful humans, and so I came up with Movember and September golf tournament, and you've been to it. I'd like to think it's
couple times.
I like to think it's different than almost every other tournament out there. I know a lot of your listeners are signed up and they're coming, and I'm blown away. We're sold out, and in this economy, it's so humbling. It's so like I wish other people got to feel the feelings I feel when it comes to this tournament, when it comes to this purpose behind it. So yeah, what separates us from other tournaments, most tournaments you get longest drive, close to the pin. We got that as well, but we got an oyster shucking hole, we got a Caesar hole. This year we got Caesar and Spadini hole, thanks to our friends at Noir. Title sponsor this year, Empire Mortgages, Kevin Wynn, thank you very much. We have oyster shucking hole, Caesar Spadini hole. We got a joint hole, hand out joints. I don't even smoke weed, but I thought it'd be funny. Couple holes after the joint hole, we got a candy hole. So I guess you get munchies after weed. We got a hole-in-one for a Beamer, thanks to Mike Teslick at Bud's Wholesale.
Nice.
We got, what else do we have? Last year we added a walk-up song. So on every single golfer gets a walk-up song. It's the biggest pain in the ass getting songs from people, but so worth it.
Yeah.
And this year we got an alpaca on a hole. Just from day one, I wanted a llama on a hole. And I got the llama's cousin. So that's new this year, and I feel like I'm missing one. We got a hole-in-one for Beamer. I'm missing one, but there's a lot.
There's more food, no?
No, oyster. Oh, charcuterie hole. We got a charcuterie hole this year. And our putting green has probably 100 bottles of booze, ranging from a can of beer to a couple $100 bottle of scotch. And so it was like over 100 bottles sitting on the green.
And so putting on that tournament, if anybody that's been to a corporate golf tournament, this puts that to shame. But also talking about organizing it on top of being a busy schedule, being a father, that we didn't talk about, these things that you do to go the extra mile to raise money for an organization. How did you find Movember as an organization?
So it was a friend of mine that he would grow his mustache for Movember, and I hated a mustache. I grew an ugly. I thought it was ugly. Now it's fucking charming. And so after Rob died, I saw that Movember had a men's mental health part,
because they've gotten a lot bigger over the years.
Oh, it's huge. Like they're not just prostate. It's their men's mental health. Their PTSD. Well, I guess PTSD falls in, but it's all men. Like they just covered the whole body now. I think Canada might be the first year where they beat Australia, and that's where it started.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they were focusing on men's mental health. I got in touch with Movember. I asked if my money can go to, not my money, our money can go to the men's mental health division. That's where it goes. They invite me yearly to kind of events they have going on. That's kind of talking about what they got going the next year and stats on last year. It's pretty cool. Movember's a great foundation.
Yeah, which is important, right? Because a lot of the times, we talk about charity and giving back to community and what that means for it. And sometimes there's bigger organizations that are outside of our community, and Movember, I feel like, is one of them. The thing that I find that we do in our community is we grow the mow. That's always the best part of the year. All the wives and girlfriends out there and boyfriends, I'm not sure if you guys feel the same, but
I love it.
You can stop somebody on the street and say, nice mustache. that instantly light up their face. There's a lot to go with it now. For all the guys that had it as a trend prior, sorry, but
they don't like us.
yeah. Oh, just Movember, right? But yeah, just being able to do that, and I find there's a lot of camaraderie that comes with.
And it's easy. Like,
For you.
Well, okay, not growing the mustache.
Ty behind the screen there, he has a little bit of a harder time growing the mustache.
But like, it's easy to make an impact. It's easy to sign up. It's easy to try to grow.
Totally.
And it doesn't take much, and it just need more people doing it. Like, so you and I last year, so before I used to fundraise on my own, my best year on the Movember page, I did $10,000. I was 62nd in all of Canada, which is like, I think that's kind of cool. And then last year, you and I said, let's do 100 bros, 100 mows.
Yep.
I think we had about 30, 40 guys.
Yep.
This year, we're going to do it again. DM Dan or myself if you want to join. And we need 100 bros, 100 mows. And we're going to kill it this year. Yeah,
it's going to be a fun time. So shifting into that, what's the future of Movember look like? Because you also work with Fab Foundation as well.
Yeah, so
which is another foundation that Jez helps, supports, and organize.
My sister founded Fab. It stands for Fit, Active, Beautiful. It's for underprivileged girls. It's now only in Hamilton, but underprivileged girls to build self-esteem, set goals, become strong women. She's been at it for 15 years, and it's such an incredible foundation. So I decided with the tournament that we're going to split the money between Movember. We'll always get half, and the other half will go to a local foundation. This year I chose Fab. Next year, so at the golf tournament, September 18th, somebody who attends the golf tournament will be picking next year's foundation. So I'm just going to draw a name, and if they got some input, if not, draw another name until we find a local charity that means something to one of our people.
That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. There's so many to choose from, and I think, especially when the economy's struggling, having days like this where it's not just a donation, it's a memory, it's friendship, it's awareness, it's taking that photo with the alpaca, maybe trying to ride it. I'm not sure if there's a weight limit or not. You gotta send a waiver, eh?
I like to think I'm a good negotiator, but I called this place. I said, "How much for an alpaca?" She says, $500, and she said it with scared to say it. I said, "I'll give you $700." They rescue llamas and alpacas, so
that's awesome.
She was just mind blown by that and so appreciative. So I might be able to ride the alpaca, nobody else.
Yeah, we'll have to wait in it. So yeah, Jez. So how do you stay motivated, man? How do you wake up every morning? How do you find new stuff to do? We didn't really touch on the fact that you got two wonderful kids with one of the most charisma that I've ever had.
What's their names again?
Thing one and thing two?
Yeah. Indiana and Hayden, my babies. They're no longer babies, 17 and 14, but yeah, they're my little mini-me's, and I love them to death when they're sleeping. No, always. They're great kids.
And we talked a little bit about, me and Jez just got back from a golf tournament yesterday, actually. And we were talking a little bit about parenting and what that means to you as a parent who's busy, motivated, leading by example.
Yeah, parenting is to be a good parent is probably the hardest thing on earth. It just takes so much time and commitment. I didn't have time for that. It's just a lot of work, and it's not easy to raise good kids. But you got to put in the work because you're raising adults. They might be kids when you're with them, but you're turning them into who they're going to be as a man and a woman.
Yeah.
How do I stay motivated?
Yeah.
I want to leave a mark in this life, and I don't think it's hard to do. I want to be. I don't know if I want to. yeah, I guess I want to be remembered like that I made people smile. I made a difference. I wasn't just average. So, yeah, if it's helping a business, a friend, the community, I'm motivated.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a switch. Like I don't think, for me it's not. I'm a motivated guy. I have it. There's no switch off. It's just, what am I going to spend my time on? And if it makes business better, if it makes my friends better, if it makes the community better, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. It's interesting when you talk about that style, right? Like in terms of like, you know, when was the last time you were bored?
Oh, I'm never bored. I'm never bored. If you knew what went on in my head, there's no way you can be bored. I don't know if you know this about me, Dan, but I'm kind of an idea guy. And I am pretty outspoken about it. If I see an opportunity for an idea, Mike Valchuk from BDC is one of my best friends, and that guy has got more phone calls, more random messages, just out of, like, I'll just be thinking about him or think of how to make him, I don't know if you can make him better, but give him an idea, and I'm just texting him, he's like, fuck off. Like, just be my friend. Don't try to change my life. But I can't help it. If I think it can help, I'm telling you about it.
I love that. So as we come to the end of the podcast, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Life's not fair. Nobody cares. Don't waste your time on negativity. I think it was on May 23rd. Don't pick up your phone because that cop's going to pull you over. Don't waste your time on negativity. Like, it's so easy to get upset at something or to dwell on something, but it fucking does nothing for you. Like, turn it into a positive. I don't dwell on anything for longer than 10 minutes. I might go back to it. Mm-hmm. I don't dwell on it for 10 minutes. I'm trying to think of something positive. It's so easy to try and find something. I'll think of something funny that you said. It doesn't happen often, but like, I'll just like, it's so easy to find a positive, and people just want to dwell on shit and be negative. And it's like, why? Like, when it comes to people, I'd say if they don't benefit you, don't give them the time of day. Like, if they're not somehow benefiting, I feel I benefit every person in my life. And I don't waste my time on people that don't, it's not like, it doesn't work both ways.
Wow.
And also that if anybody or your boss tells you to shut up, climb over the table, punch them in the face. Fuck you, Adrian.
That's fantastic advice. Like, I think, you know, when did some of those things switch for you? Like, were there moments in time where you had
there was my early 30s, and like I try to explain this without sounding like I'm fucked, but I just like I talked to myself like in my head. And it was just nonstop training. Like, if I was upset, it would like, don't dwell. Think of something. And now it's like, it's not even a thing I think about. Like, there's no negativity. I don't dwell on things because my brain just finds it. But that took hours and hours and days and weeks of talking to myself and training my brain. And it was the best thing I ever did, because there's no fucking negativity in my life, man. Like, I don't have time for it. It doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
It is what it is. If you can fix it, fix it. If you can't, it is what it is.
And I think it's so powerful, especially for how much, you know, things are coming at you, especially as when you're younger. I remember the self-talk that I used to talk to myself about was horrifying. We're on the right path, and it's all part of the journey, and everything's going to be okay. Absolutely.
There was a lot of talking to myself for this. This was this took a lot of me talking to myself in order to get through this. It was stressing me out, but I love it.
That's great. Another challenge complete. Well, thanks so much for being here, Jez. For everybody listening, thank you so much. Without you guys, there would be no podcast. Hi, Mom. We do this for a number of reasons. One is to share stories like Jez's and understand that, that journey can look like so many different things for so many different people. Giving back to our communities and being a leader in that community is something that is admirable and also not so hard to start. Obviously, consistency is key to keep that stuff going, but don't think you can't make a difference. You can. Stories like Jez is great to share because I can't wait for September 18th. It's going to be an absolute blast. And the amount of smiles and joy that day is going to bring and the awareness to men's mental health is amazing. So
look forward to, I'm available for birthday parties, wedding showers, bar mitzvahs, bar mitzvah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just call my agent.
All right. Thanks so much, Jez.
Thank you, Dan.
Boom.